How's life? How's
Hey.
life?
Life is good.
All right. Hey,
It's good.
we're back, everybody.
think.
It took us a minute, but we're back.
It took us a minute.
We made it.
We needed the minute.
Oh, yeah. We needed a minute
We needed
for
a
sure.
minute.
It's not you. It's me.
Yep.
Right? Right.
Agreed.
It's not you. It's me. And
Yes.
by me, I mean, it's not us. It's our kids.
It's our kids. It's blame the
just saying.
kids.
All right. So, hey, welcome back to How's
Welcome
Life.
back, guys.
We got a couple things we always do.
Yes.
And one new thing we're going to start
We're
doing.
going to start a new thing.
All right,
I
so
like starting new
The
things.
first thing we do is we rate our week.
Yes.
Now, this time we get to rate a little more than a week, but
Yes,
about a
because it took us
week-ish.
a little bit of time.
And we got a
to get
recommendation from Jennifer.
Yes.
All right, Jennifer Jeremiah, that we should try
Yes.
both writing down our number at the
write it
same
down.
time and then reveal it. So, let's do it.
Okay. These are chalkboards and we have chalk markers. So we're going to rate our week. So hopefully mine shows up.
And if they match, then we win $100 every time.
$100. Who's going to give us $100?
Well, you know who you are. Okay, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So
Isn't that funny? You turned
I
it
wrote
this
7.
way and I
well,
did
this
it
is
this way.
naturally how it should be used. For some reason, you wrote it sideways.
Okay, I don't know.
All right. So 7 for me, 8 for you.
8 for me. Yeah.
Okay. Now notice no decimals this time.
No decimal.
I think there's a level of confidence I had in my
Yes,
writing.
yeah, you
so
were
you tell me
confident.
first. Why is it an 8? That seems honestly that seems pretty high.
It seems pretty high.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I feel like this week was a good week. Busy. I feel like there was more things involved in this week, but I feel like overall, I felt good.
Okay.
There was a feeling of like I'd lay my head on my bed and I would feel good.
Okay.
So that's how I rated it. And
Mine is a 7, and I would say
Why?
my week would look something like this, and now has worked its way back to a 7. If you would ask me on last Saturday around
Right.
3 o'clock,
Okay, that's true.
I would have probably said around a 0.5.
Ooh,
Not a full 0, but like a 0.5.
bad.
But it's worked its way back up.
Good.
And I think the main reasons are that, I feel like overall things have settled.
Okay,
Settled
good.
down. And we're nearing the end of a week, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot.
Good. So it wasn't as crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy happened.
We'll talk a
and
little
then
about
there
the
was
crazy.
settling. I like
All right,
it.
so 7 and an 8.
Okay.
That means our total score is 15.
That's good.
So let's see if we end up having a week better than a 15. We'll see.
I believe it. I believe it.
So the new thing.
We started something really new. We
Yeah.
have a picture of the week.
All right.
Any picture that we want.
All
We
right.
choose it from anywhere in the house.
Okay. We
and
haven't seen each other's yet.
I have
that we're
no
gonna see.
idea what
All right,
he has
so
chosen as his
what do you
picture
got?
of the week. And so I'm going to
Picture
reveal
of the day
mine first.
is what? Picture of the week is-
is this picture.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
We'll
going to
put
show
it.
you
We'll put it
this.
like right, probably in front of my face, right here.
Yeah, we'll put it in front of your face.
Okay.
Okay, so this picture is the picture of the week for me because number one, it's just a really awesome family picture of being on the
Yeah.
mountains. It's so beautiful. It's like you just see God's creation. And then we have
That's when we lived in North Carolina.
That's when we lived in
we
North
lived
Carolina.
in the mountains of North Carolina. We don't live there anymore.
No, we don't.
I
No, we
miss
don't.
it. But
I do miss it.
yeah.
But if you notice on this picture, I'll probably just circle it or something. My hair is sticking straight up in
Oh
the
yeah,
air.
yeah. And whoever was taking the picture decided not to mention it. We asked
Yeah.
some stranger, take this picture for us.
Yes,
And they
and they
took the
did not
picture
mention it.
and they didn't mention, ma'am, your
and
hair
so-
is straight in the air.
So yeah, this is a testimony of my life. It's like, oh, it looks so beautiful.
And we have a guest in
Oh,
that
your
picture.
hair is jacked up. Okay. So yeah, that's my picture.
Special guest in that photo
Special
is
guest is my brother Travis.
Yeah.
This is my
also
younger
known as
brother.
Teammates.
Teammate. Well, it used to be.
Yeah,
I think he just goes by Travis.
okay,
He grew
Travis.
up.
Yep,
you know when
Travis,
they say they
brother
grew
Travis.
up. He grew up.
And the
So
kids have
anyways.
grown a lot since then too.
Yes.
There's a picture
This is a long
of Faith
time
on there
ago.
when she was a baby. All right.
So this is probably like 7 years old.
I have a picture
6,
from
7
a
years old.
longer
Okay.
time ago. A longer time ago. And
Yes.
it is, let's see here.
Let's see.
It is this one right. Whoop.
Upside down.
It is this one right here.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so this is a picture. Now, this is the picture
Why
of
did
when.
you choose this one?
You know what? I feel like it's one of the weirdest pictures we've ever taken. There's actually a weirder one that might
It's
come
an
out another
old
time.
picture. It's reflecting
This
everything.
is this is a really old picture. You'll see it a little better. It's probably reflecting some light right now. But
Yes.
in this picture, what we see here is me. I'm dressed as a cowboy. Kind of a dream scenario for me.
Dream scenario.
You know, I'm just a cowboy. I got a gun. I look really cool-ish. I can
Yes.
tell this is before I could grow a beard.
Yes,
Definitely.
Pre-beard. Caleb was in his 20s,
yeah.
later 20s.
But I do have the
before he could grow
sideburns.
a beard. But
So
you
before I
did
could grow a beard, I love to try to have longer sideburns.
That's when
So
the
I had long-
sideburns were in. Sideburns were a thing. Let's see if sideburns come back.
I would say this is about 5 years after sideburns were a thing, but now I could
Maybe.
have sideburns and I wanted them still.
Of course.
And Latoya is, would you say a damsel?
I am just very
Just a
content.
very fine lady.
I am very
of the
serious.
West.
I'm looking straight at the camera like what?
Kind of looks like we met at a
Like
saloon.
what?
But yeah, so, and weirdly
What does that
enough,
say about me?
actually that day, I remember my older brother, he nicknamed himself Rattlesnake. When he dressed as a cowboy, he decided his nickname was Rattlesnake.
Okay, well,
So, anyways.
that's one way to live your life.
So let's picture the week. All right,
Let's
we'll give a
picture the
couple every week and kind
Yeah.
of some memories, good
It's fun.
times. But
It's fun. You
yeah.
just get to take a trip down memory lane with us, and so it looks different and it's fun.
Yeah, so we want to talk this week a little bit
Yes.
about kind of Saturday. So Saturday was an interesting
Saturday.
day. Our life went straight up crazy. Those of you who don't really know us that well, one of our 4 daughters has something called Smith-Magenis syndrome, and it is a gift. It is a blessing in
Yes.
so many ways, and it brings some unique challenges. At times, she just will really change the plan for the day.
Yes.
She'll become upset or something like that, and she will change the plan for the day. And what had happened was that Grace, she wanted to check the mail. And then...
Yeah, here's the thing with checking
Yeah.
mail. I'm home with Maya every day, and so checking the mail is something that she looks forward to. There's an expectation, there's an excitement there, so she loves to check the mail. But on this special occasion, Grace, our 13-year-old, decided she wanted to check the mail.
And
I
she'd
wasn't
asked-
outside.
She'd asked,
They
and
were
we thought maybe.
outside,
And then I looked, as the mail came, Maya was closer, and she said, "I'm checking the mail." And Grace
It was
said,
a direct, I'm checking it, not a can I check,
and
but
Grace
I'm
said,
checking
"But
it.
Dad, I asked first." And then I was like, well, I kind of, honestly, don't want to have the battle right now. We've been raking 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You said that to Grace.
I said to Grace, I just don't know if I have the energy. And so I told her, Grace, can we just roll with it? And she said yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Grace said, sometimes I wish that our life could just be normal, that our family, we could just
Yeah.
have a normal family. Which is, I thought that was such an honest statement, you know? And so we
being
were just
genuine.
processing through that. And the reality is that, like, number one is that, Grace, you know what? It is totally valid to say that. Because
Yeah.
I say that. In fact,
Yes.
later that day, I didn't know it was coming, but I was thinking that in my own head.
Absolutely.
It's like there's a natural way we process that when we are suffering. You know, if
Yes.
suffering scales. So, like, suffering is just whenever things aren't as I wish they were.
Yeah.
Or something is happening that I wish wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So it's a normal human instinct to say, I wish this wouldn't be.
Yeah, because if it was normal,
Mm-hmm.
that means that life would be better. What I'm in right now is an abnormal, which is I hate this.
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable. It's terrible. It's whatever. It's anything that negative
Right.
feeling.
Right. So, like, we were processing it, and I was like, you know, Grace, that number one, let's be honest about that. And you know what? Your mom and I have also felt the same way.
So multiple times.
Absolutely. Like, oh, I wish this wasn't the case, right?
Yeah.
And that comparison that we have of, like, I wish our life was typical. I wish we had a normal family.
Yeah.
That normal family is actually an imaginary family. That
Yes.
every family,
Has
some kind of suffering.
difficult things. They have
Some kind of
suffering.
challenge.
They have something.
You know, I think whenever you're suffering, you want it to end.
Absolutely.
And part of what you want is what you think someone else has.
Yes. Because the grass is always greener on the other side. My grass is like really dry and it's terrible, but that grass over there, it looks really nice and it looks really
Right.
green, and I want that.
Because there isn't that family out there. Now,
Yeah.
there's families that have different things. There are families that have no kids with special needs, and we aren't one of those families. But
Yeah.
we are blessed in so many ways.
Absolutely.
That's our challenge. Other families have that challenge. Other individuals have their challenge. And so I think there's this important conversation about not comparing, but,
Right.
but also, and that's what I want to ask you about,
Yes.
is processing when life isn't going how we want it to. We experience in our family a lot of times, just like I know a lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
So I like to have my plan for the day, and Saturday what I experienced was my plan did not happen. And in
Yeah.
fact, my whole day got flipped on its head. And that's really hard for me to process, and I know for a lot of people to process. But I do feel like it's a way in which you are influencing me and helping me to grow in how to process that. So I want to honestly ask you, like, I bet you 7 days, if there's 7 days in a week, 5 of those days, your plan gets thrown up in the air because of a challenge that we face as a family or that you face individually.
It's actually 7 days.
Yeah, I know. I know.
7 days
I
a
was
week.
being so optimistic. I was like,
You were. It
maybe
was so
5 days a
beautiful.
week.
Beautiful. So
You
like,
have no
let's
idea
just
what's
say,
gonna happen
let's just
now.
say I'm packing the car. I have an expectation. I'm getting ready to go someplace that is pretty awesome, and I'm excited about. And
like to go see me.
like
One of
I'm
your favorite
coming to
things.
see you. I'm coming to see you. You're doing something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so
Your
excited
words,
to go
not
see
mine.
Caleb. And then something happens. I am battling something outside of the car or still in the house, whatever. I realize that to force my will, my way, is actually not gonna work. I think about it like the story of Abraham and Isaac. And like Abraham is promised Isaac, this child of promise. Abraham and Sarah, they're promised to have Isaac, and they receive Isaac, and it's like
Yeah.
this awesome thing. And then God says to Abraham, I want you to take Isaac and sacrifice him. And it's kind of like that. Now, there's a reason why that's a story in the Bible. There's more than just this reason.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about my life. It's, I have my agenda, my set thing that I'm getting ready to do, but ultimately, my thing, my agenda is on the altar. It has to be on the altar. Now, I could, like anybody, I could fight to get my will, fight to get my way. And I'm an adult. So, as an adult, you can force things to happen. But I've realized that forcing my will and my way actually doesn't benefit me. And it doesn't benefit those around me. It's okay, because if it's going to happen, then God will make a way for that to happen. But if it doesn't happen, that's okay.
You just kind of like, you just surrender it. You just kind of let go.
I surrender it.
I have what I want to do, but I'm okay.
I surrender it. Because ultimately, I feel like God is the one that's in control of my life.
Yeah.
And whether I want to go do this thing or not want to go do this thing, God ultimately has control of my life. And so if I just
that's
let
so
him
good.
steer it, then I'm okay. And then I don't end up putting any unwanted pressure on my daughter and no pressure on myself. It's like, okay, Lord, I surrender it to you. And so that's kind of...
So my emotions, I think, are usually tied to the idea of like, I feel like you're stealing something from me.
Yes.
I have this.
Yeah.
I currently possess this day, and it's a good reason, and I want to use my day well,
Yeah.
and I want to have a really great family time or whatever it is. I want to have this really good thing happen.
Yes.
And you're taking it.
Yes.
You're stealing it. But what I'm hearing you say is like, and this is why I think you handle this better, is you're just quick. It's not easier for you, but you've developed better the skill of surrender. Because you can't steal something that's been surrendered.
Right.
So like just letting go of that. And I think, with our kids, that's something we're trying to work on with them.
Yeah.
It is something I'm working on. But if I can trust that God, hey, look, Lord, I want to do this with my day.
Yes.
I feel like it would have been a good investment, but if it doesn't happen, I'm open-handed with it.
Yeah.
I think that's huge. And that was a hard thing. It is a hard thing for me to work on.
Yeah. Until, and I just wanted to add this, until Maya develops the ability to process a little better her feelings, we'll continue to have this battle. And I feel like in that surrendering, I'm also trying to teach her how to maybe surrender her will a little bit, to say, okay, you don't like this thing, it's not going your way, but see how we just let go. Trying to also lead by example.
Honestly,
a
this
hard
conversation
thing.
is helpful for me.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's not going to change, whether I want to or not, the next week.
Right.
Absolutely, there's going to be moments tomorrow where my plan gets taken from me or whatever.
Basically, it's an everyday thing, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Which is,
of course. And it probably is for everybody, you know, and I think, so
everyday
surrendering,
opportunity.
being able to trust God with what you didn't plan.
Yeah.
And I think that surrender piece really will help me to, I think it does help me. When I do that well, it helps me to become less angry they aren't stealing from me.
Yeah.
God is redirecting the life that I've surrendered over to him.
Yeah. And that's not to say that we all don't have moments where we don't do it right. I mean, I've had plenty of opportunities where I've done it wrong.
And I will say this. So Saturday with two of our kids, I was personally with them, and I had 2 really difficult interactions. It got for a few hours, it was awful. And yet, that disruption, what it led to was something deeper and better than I would have gotten out of my planned day.
Right.
Like I had my whole
really
plan,
good. Yeah.
but that broken chaos of that little day produced in me and in my relationship with them a deeper work than what I would have produced with my plan for that day, which is weird, right? That actually it was the difficulty that produced something. Yeah. And I think that's probably true in the big story too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I think that even thinking about the encounter that Grace had with Maya, it gave her an opportunity to show grace and mercy. Yeah. Which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and teach her to trust God.
Yeah.
When things don't go as you wish they would, as you wish they were. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, hey y'all.
Welcome to growing.
Yep. That's part of our life. That's how life's been this last week. But again, we're 7 and 8. We're at a 15 this week. Hey, pretty good
not bad.
week.
Not bad, guys.
Can't complain about that. Hey, we hope you guys keep on joining us. Let us know if there's anything you want to specifically ask us about.
You have any questions, any topics? Let's just
Jen Welch actually just messaged me on Instagram a short time ago, and she wants to hear. I think it's addressed to me.
Okay,
wants to hear me talking about my skincare and fashion routine.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry,
you got baby soft skin.
She didn't even seem like she's probably asking me.
I would assume so.
So you can maybe next time you can interview me about that.
I'll interview you about your skin products and your hair. Yes.
All right, but hey, thanks for joining us. We love you all. Appreciate you. And keep tuning in.
If you like what you see, you could always like and subscribe.
Yeah, for sure. That helps us to be able to share with others about God at work in the everyday, ordinary life of average people.
We average. As average as
we are as average as they get.
Average, yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, appreciate you. Bye.
See you guys.